As you know, Holy Trinity Bukit Bintang is the home of the Alpha Hub. And here in Alpha Asia Pacific, we serve over 20 countries within the region, including the country of India. Over the past few months, we have heard report after report of India really struggling, being enraged by this pandemic. We've heard stories of people losing their lives and losing their livelihoods. And we've heard stories of pastors who have struggled the same as well. Alpha India has a network of churches that are served with the tool of Alpha so that people may come to discover and develop a relationship with Jesus through Alpha. But over the last 15 months, we have changed our tack and we have tried to serve the pastors and the churches first before even introducing them to the tool of Alpha. And we have seen incredible and inspiring stories of the church being a beacon of hope, a lighthouse in a very struggling and trying time. Here with me is Thomas, the National Director of Alpha India. And Thomas, you are working remotely from Malaysia, but you're also supporting over 20 people within India itself. And they are working day and night, supporting these churches and pastors, pastoring them as they then pastor their congregation through this difficult time. Would you tell us, what do you see on the ground right now as you serve these churches?
This second wave has hit us very badly. And shortage of hospital beds, shortage of oxygen, shortage of ventilators. So everyone is suffering and people are scrambling around to find a place to bring their loved ones. What has happened is the churches are also suffering. And with the lockdowns and what is happening, the churches are sort of, they are immobilized, and they don't know what to do, especially the pastors.
Right.
They are right there in the center bearing the brunt of it. So that is what we realized. And then we found that over the last 1 month, over 100 pastors have died, in India. So we wanted to see how we can help. And what we did is first we reached out to them. We set up a prayer room 2 hours a day and gave them a Zoom link to call in. So many of them called in. Even from Sri Lanka, pastors called us just to pray with them, And so we know that there is a great need. And then when we spoke to them, we found out what the needs were on the ground, what they really wanted, for us to pray. And then my staff have been calling 5 pastors each. That's 20 staff. That's 100 pastors a day, and we're calling and talking to them and say, how are you doing? Nothing about Alpha.
Right.
This is all about engaging the pastors at their time of need. So that is what we've been doing. And then we found out that where the need is protection for the pastors. For instance, the funerals for COVID patients, So the pastor is in a dilemma, whether to go and expose himself or reach, because the members are reaching out to him. You see, we had a case where this guy in Chennai, his wife has passed on, and the hospital would not release the body because they seal it and send it straight to the graveyard. And he's pleading with the pastor, can you just come there and perform he can't even see the face of his wife as she leaves this earth, But he wants the pastor there just to, at least these last rites that he performs will give him solace. That is the type of situation the pastors, And then the pastor tells me, I don't know whether I should go or not,
Right.
That's the thing. And there was one pastor, he was sharing with me, his wife, his daughter, 18-year-old, just recovered from COVID. She went through a really tough time. He said, I think I lost her and she came through. But now my congregation is calling me and telling me, come here, come there. I'm scared to go because I don't want to come back and put my daughter through this misery again,
Right.
So when we found all this, the teams sat together and said, okay, let's supply them with protective equipment, PPEs, At least, maybe it's not 100%, but 80% protection is there, when they go to the graveyards or go to the church members' houses to comfort them and to be with them. And that is one area we found that there was a very great need in India. And when I spoke to the pastors and I asked them, we are planning to do this, what do you think? They said, Thomas, this is an excellent thing that you guys are doing. And so we feel that we should get this done as soon as possible. And we are looking at around 900 PPE kits
Right.
for 900 pastors in 3 major cities, Chennai, Mumbai, and New Delhi. These are the 3 we are planning to do.
Which are also the hotspots of where the pandemic is raging on.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Project India, this plan that your team has put together, knowing the needs on the ground, knowing that this is going to serve the pastors well. How can we contribute to this project as well?
Yeah. What we have done is we've contacted a medical supplies firm, and those guys are on board with us, and they said, you give us the names and the addresses, we will do the transportation, the courier. And so we don't get involved in the logistics side. But what Alpha India is doing is that we are setting up a help desk. So the pastors call in, and then we sort of vet them out before we give the names and the addresses to the company to just courier it, so that my team is not exposed in any way. So that is plan 1. So the second thing what we have found is that smaller churches, 40 to 50 member congregations, especially in North India, and these are churches which has the members are migrant workers,
right,
and daily wage earners. This type of churches where the pastor is there, the finances have totally dried up.
Right.
Because the wage earners are not getting jobs also. The migrant workers are all moving back home,
Yes.
because everything is shutting down. So these pastors, sadly, they cannot put food on the table for their own family. And they get desperate. And what they are doing in the north is that they go on house visits, just to go and visit the church members and to go and pray with them.
And that puts them at risk as well.
It puts them at risk. It puts the church member at risk. But the thing is, the pastor wants to go there so that probably they'll give him a love gift or some sort of a material like rice or anything.
Right.
It's really sad. So we felt that we should also supply grocery kits
to support their families.
Pastors' families. They are prioritized. But some pastors have said, help the congregation members, like the migrant workers or the daily wage earners who don't have. So they have given us a list. And
Yes.
so we are working through the list and see, we prioritize the pastors and then the church members. And that is also the 3 cities.
Yes. And so by your estimate, to support these pastors within our network in Alpha India for 1 month, you estimate that we would need to buy 900 PPE kits for pastors across 3 cities, and 600 grocery kits for their families. 200
kits per city. And 300 kits per city for the pastors. Not enough, but we right now want to strategize for 1 month. And then we see what happens next. Probably the normal will be next year, but still, at least we can help, But if it continues, we need to look for more assistance to do that. We are also fundraising in India. We are doing that, So probably we can't, with the exchange, it would be better to raise it overseas than in India. But we are raising funds in India also to do this.
And so this is a way for us to contribute as a church in Malaysia. We really see this as an opportunity to put feet and hands to our prayers. Thomas, we have been praying for India, for your team as well. And we want to contribute in this very practical way. And so if you'd like to contribute to Project India, some details will come up on the screen in a moment. But we want to encourage you and thank you as well for praying for all these churches that we're supporting within Alpha India. And Thomas, thank you for the work that you and your team are doing as well.
Yeah, welcome, Abel. Please continue to uphold us in your prayers. Yeah, it's super important. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.